Alrighty, well, this is a different snare drum from a different friend, and I'm 100% sure of the brand this time. This is a Pearl Signature Series Steve Ferrone Snare Drum. And the condition of this drum is way better than the last one I cleaned up, even though there's blood on the head. There appears to be minimal damage to the side, mostly dirt. There is a spot though where it looks like someone tried to use steel wool on the shell. I don't want to go into the specifics of using metal to clean metal, but in a nutshell, don't do it on nice drums at least. Also, when you're taking off the head, try to take it off with reverse tension. It's just a good practice and a professional way to maintain the drum's integrity as a whole. I had a couple of issues with a few of the tension screws just spinning and not releasing tension. I saw what was wrong and was able to loosen the screws. I had the same issue on the bottom screws as well, the exact same screws from the top. This one is good, and this one is bad. There's a couple of loose nuts inside there, and there's 3 more like this. The contact surface is superficially scratched, but otherwise good. The inside is relatively dirty, but not bad. After getting a basic wipe down, the teardown was very smooth. I'm going to make a separate video on the snare drum throw soon, so stay tuned for future videos. Tearing down a drum is always my favorite part of maintenance, especially when you take everything down to the bare minimum. Taking the heads and lug bolts off is the only way to get to the loose screws deep in there. I had to use one of the smallest Allen key wrenches I had. This was my grandfather's pocket set. I used the old Dawn and water soak. It wasn't necessary for the screws or washers though. So I thought I felt it when I was loosening the heads, but there were a bunch of bent screws. There's only 6 here, but there were at least 10. These metal washers normally go between the screw and the rim. These plastic washers do the same. However, the plastic washer is supposed to lie between the rim and the metal washer. And if this doesn't happen or a plastic washer breaks, you usually get damage to the rim. This one has fairly noticeable damage to me, and I don't want to use these anymore. The inside looks great though. Oh, and there were 3 wires cut from the snares. Garbage. Now, I spent over an hour polishing by hand. If you do the same, good on you. You could go shorter or longer, depends on the finish you want and how long you want it to last. There is a trick to reconstructing this drum, especially from the stripped version I have. I might have to do another video on this process as well. The heads went on smoothly, but I had to look up the tension pattern just to be sure. I luckily had a set of 10 lug snare ribs. I thought I'd never need them. I bought a new set of snares. I always have trouble installing the snares. They're so finicky. Well, she cleaned up very nicely, and I like the silver rims with the gold lugs. It contrasts nicely with the black shell. I currently use this snare drum in my performance package. I have live footage of this drum in my practice sessions, so you can hear it there. Have a great day or night, and I hope to see you soon.